Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to an update video of a different caliber. You see, what we're looking at here is my PS4 list of games of what I have, and I took a screenshot of this, and I have posted it to my Twitter and Facebook accounts. So I thought I would share this with you guys, just so you know. Yes, I do I do PlayStation 4 Let's Plays as well as the ones you've already seen already. Okay, so let that sink into your head. You see, normally when I could play on my computer, it'd be no problem. Just with some games, just happen to not seem to run for some reason. Maybe it's because my computer is too old, or maybe it just doesn't match the requirements. Who's to say? But that's the reason why I got a PS4, so I can run those titles that I couldn't normally run. It's only through, say, if I had an upgraded computer, like a Windows 10. If it was a Windows 10 computer, that'd be no problem. But it's always good to actually have a backup, in which I do happen to have a backup, and my PS4 is my said backup. So since Golden Week happened, and for those who don't know what Golden Week is the end of April to the start of May. So that's April 29th to May the 6th. So therefore, if you have a PS4, this is what happened. They had a week. They had what is called Golden Week, a Golden Week sale, and it's just like with Steam when they have their summer sales, but this one is more. It's more longer than a Steam sale because it actually lasts for about a week. So actually, you're seeing some of the games that I actually purchased, and some may look familiar to you because I couldn't get them to run. I couldn't get them to run, and some actually you've already seen on the channel because, well, I did manage to get a few. So starting from the top two I have right here, we have Oculus Trip, Undead and Undressed. Yes, Oculus Trip was one of the very few games I could run on this I couldn't run on this computer because for some reason I do have DirectX 11. But somehow either the game will acknowledge it or some kind of nonsense, and for whatever reason I'm just not going to bother with it. It's just, well, what's the point in it? If the game was gifted to me, because mind you, I mentioned this before, but with my Steam library, most of the games that I ever got were mostly gifted. I bought very few games for myself, and when I did, I played them on the off chance that I may do Let's Plays on them. But for the most part, for what I got, they never ran for some reason because it doesn't match up to the requirements. Well, that's the reason why I got a PS4 to begin with. Not to mention the fact that I can stream on that as well as record. So that is all good within itself. Another game I got for myself is Arslan, the Warriors of Legend, which is based off an old anime that I also have on hand called The Heroic Legend of Arslan. In English, it's Arslan. In Japanese, it's Arislan. So just letting you know. I will tell you more about this when I actually make a review of it, because it's one of the very few anime that I have actually watched, owned, and been meaning to do a review of it. And yes, when it is time for me to do anime, comic and anime games, yeah, this is going up on the list. Arslan, the Warriors Legend. Okay, now we move down to say number number 3 on the list, which is something I was also gifted, and excuse me, I was also gifted this because why not? This is Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Even though it says A Realm Reborn, it really is Stormblood. One moment, I gotta check something here. Apologies for that. I was going on about Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, about that one. That one is just strictly gonna be me just having one of those nights, and if I need to, I'm going on 14 via PS4. I'm going to enjoy myself by just playing through the story and not actually giving a damn about anything else except maybe the story. And if I'm brought in a party, well, I'm brought in a party, but otherwise, like I said, I don't have enough chill games. I really don't. You can see for yourself. I have in total 42 games on my PS4. 32 are mostly games. 10 are apps. And from what you can see, I've only purchased 30. Bloodborne, let's not just go into that. You know what Bloodborne is. It's a Souls game. Regardless of what it's called, it's still a Souls game. Bombing Busters is basically a Bomberman clone. More like the later Bomberman clone. Dead or Alive 5, Last Round. God, that was like so freaking boring. Oh my god. Another game that I need to explain Dead or Alive, really. Another game that I did manage to buy, and you can see it right there at the bottom, is Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life Special Edition. Yeah, I remember for quite some time I was requested to do Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Special edition. At first it was normally just Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Until Special Edition came up, and I remember who told me about Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Sheena. Moving on. So she told me about Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life Special Edition because there's a difference between that version and the normal version. So it's not like I haven't played games with time management. I mean, I played Animal Crossing before, as well as Farmville. Harvest Moon will be no different, and like I said, I doubt I can make a Let's Play off it, but for the most part, it'll be like Stardew Valley. It'll be mostly a chill type of game. Because really, it's like, games like that just don't really need to be Let's Played. I wouldn't even consider them Let's Play. I would consider them more like vlog material than anything else. Because if there were any difference, yeah, I would do it, but as it's only right that I treat such games like that as vlog material. So if I was doing Final Fantasy 14, I do it as a vlog. I would also do Harvest Moon as a vlog, as well as Stardew Valley as a vlog. You've seen me do Stardew Valley as a review, but I still do it as a vlog regardless. Um, Anything else considering that? Mm, I wouldn't do it. Now I do have another page, even though it's following this one, because really I bought at least one, two, three, four games. I bought myself 4 games in the last 2 days. Besides what I already have on my screen, which is Timbo the Badass Elephant. Mostly of what I got are digital downloads. So these are what you're seeing here, mainly all my digital downloads. Except for that Jump Force beta test version, that's not really much of that's not really much of anything. And Knights of Valor, pretty much is a rehash of an old game under the same title, just with updated graphics. And it's more of a PTP type of game. And for those who don't know what PTP is simply pay to play. Because there are certain parts you would have to basically pay to play. Just to get more credits, more of this, more, most PTP games are like that. But done in an arcade beat 'em up style, but still, it's like I got bored of it after reaching a certain point, and once you reach a certain point, it says now you have to play this on a higher difficulty in order to get to the end of the game and see the credits. I'm like, if I really wanted to play this game bad enough, let me tell you, I have standards when it comes to playing certain games. It's like I have a standard about East. I love East, right? But there's no way in hell am I gonna pay 40 some odd dollars for Ys 8, La Cremosa Dama. I'm not gonna pay no $40 for that. I would rather pay something like $20 because let's see, Octopus Trip, Iceland, Harvest Moon, they were underneath the $30 level of games. Hell, even most of what I got was basically underneath $30. And mind you, I hardly treat myself to something like this, and it's like this. Friends send me games. Sometimes they run, sometimes they don't run. Your money is not wasted, because guess what? The reason why I get games like these is to say, oh, well, this person sent me this game the first time, and I can tell you I have stories about that. This person sent me this game one time and wanted me to try it, and guess what? I enjoyed it. There's a lot that can be said about if I enjoy a game to the point in which I keep it on my hard drive. Because you've seen what my desktop screen looks like. A whole mess of games in folders and out in the open, which is not a bad thing, but that's what I have. Just mainly a whole mad stack of games in folders, as well as a few Steam titles that I still plan on doing after what I'm doing now is going to be done. So, seeing that this is Sunday, and by the time I put this up, it'll probably be like Monday or Tuesday. but it'd still be like within Golden Week standards. So yeah, this is basically an updated sorts. Another one I should show you, and give me a moment here. I'll put it up like so. 2 seconds. Okay, as you can see here, that's the other half. The other half of my library is Harvest Moon and Wonderful Life Special Edition. And on the bottom of that is the last game that I actually bought for myself, Secret of Mana, the remake. Now that's another game that was sent to by Ryu, because he sent me quite a few games, and one of them was Secret of Mana, the remake of Secret of Mana. Now I have not played the remake of Secret of Mana, but I plan to do it as a Let's Play, and I will call it what it really is: Secret of Mana remake. Or I'll just call it by I'll call it by I'll simply call it by the date more than saying remake. So it's the same thing with Phoenix Wright. I would call it Phoenix Wright 2019. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2019, Justice for All 2019, Trials and Tribulations 2019. I'd rather call it that than revisit, but still it'd be a revisit. And at the same time, there's a difference. But for the most part, yeah, what you don't see on screen is just that. You don't see Secret of Mana on screen, but you do see it right there. You actually do see it on screen, but you don't see it highlighted. But those were the only two games that, as you can see, are not installed. For the most part, that they are not installed. I have reasons why they aren't installed, because I'm still working through most of the games that I am currently working with. Now, I could tell you, the only two exceptions of what I'm working on are Yakuza and Fist of North Star Lost Paradise. Those two have two things in common. For some reason, I cannot, for the life of me, record the last parts of the game. So I have one option that I have to do, and I mentioned this in somewhat of a write-up update, and I said this when I post the rest of Yakuza 0 and Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, because mind you, I've recorded them since last year and early on this year. But the thing is, I got to the point where I could not really. I finished the game, but I didn't show off the last part of the game. So what I am going to do with that is, the game's already cleared. So when I show it off in stream, you're actually going to see premium because I've already beaten the game. But that means I can also try and stream that part of the game that was not streamable. I mean, that part of the game that was not recordable. Another game I have not mentioned, but I've been working on a few. Like I said, I've been working on quite a few. You've seen them already on the channel. You've seen Tokiden. You've seen Yakuza 0. You have also seen Hokuto ga Gotoku, aka Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. And as well as Agents of Mayhem. Now, because of what I've been going through these days, which I've been awfully busy, I haven't put in the time nor the effort of trying to bring any one of these games closer to the end. The only games I have been working on as of recent and as of late have been Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition and Tembo the Badass Elephant, which I have plenty, like I said, plenty of games. Mostly 30 some odd games that I have on hand. That means physical and digital. So, if I should get Ys 8, or by some strange, weird ass miracle, I'm gifted Ys 8 just to finish off the what I like to call Ys the next. Well, that would be something. Otherwise, I just don't see myself paying anything more than I should for, say, a title which I'm pretty much nearing the end of, to be honest. Because Ys is right now, so far they have 9 games released. And there's a 10th one on the way. But the only one I have not seen, I've only seen what the 9th one is, but I have not seen 10th. But what I'll probably do as far as Falcom is concerned is go back to its humble history and play something not known to the general public under one game, but not so known until much later. Now, I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm pretty sure you know what it is. So, I have to promote myself as much as I can. And that goes without saying, I have to stress this as much as possible. But guys, I have put my heart, my soul, my blood, sweat, and tears into my Let's Plays. Now, clearly, if I got time to watch your videos, you got time to watch mine. Even if you can't watch the entirety of the video, for some strange ass reason, at least try to make an effort to, at least drop me a comment. Let me know you're out there, Because you guys see me almost every day, if not every other day. And I've been pretty much, the energy I have been using to reach my endeavors for the future kind of wears me out. So regardless of if I'm doing something on Steam, or I'm doing something on my emulators, or if I'm doing something on PS4, your support is greatly appreciated. That's all I can say. I'm not hurting for views or anything like that. Just let me know you're out there. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Just let me know that you're out there. Stop by, say hi. I mean, I it's like I posted in my my Tenkaichi Facebook page. I said this. Don't be shy. Say hi. I don't bite. Because seriously, guys, it's like I'm doing all this work, and what am I getting out of all those? Like I said, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for anything other than the enjoyment. That's all I'm really doing it for. I'm doing it for my enjoyment, and hopefully for you guys' enjoyment as well. Because if you had a day, you probably need some bad jokes, a shot of coffee, or maybe 50 cc's of soda and what have you. Maybe maybe like a syringe of beer. I don't know. Your taste may vary. I don't know. But suffice to say though, it has been a very long and rough season I've been having. Hello, stomach. How you doing down there? You doing good? Good. You already ate. Be quiet. Unless you're just saying you need to. We can fix that, but not right now. Anyway. Yeah, sometimes you need to talk to your body. Sometimes it's not weird. To me, my body gives me signals, so sometimes I answer those signals. Otherwise, as you can see, all the games have been uninstalled or not installed. And for the most part, I can tell you one thing. Dead or Alive 5 last rounds, like, as far as story mode is, punch, punch, slap, 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 kick, 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 kick. That's all it is. Punch, 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 slap, 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 kick, 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 kick. Counter throw, throw, throw. Counter throw, counter punch, punch, counter kick, kick, that sort of thing. And if I did it as a Let's Play, I would be so bored of it because the story, as with all the DOA games, makes no goddamn sense. I'm being real about this. It makes no goddamn sense. I'm trying my best, but good lord, it's like Rumble Roses is much more entertaining than that. Hell, even Senran Kagura has a much interesting story than that. It's coming from a guy who likes tits and ass. Think about that. Gaming these days, Like I said, what I've been doing as of late is mainly, for the most part, that I've been doing is between my career as a voice actor, I have been looking and working hard on getting a part-time job. And I'm still doing that. It takes a while, but, like I said, I need to get back in the swing of doing something productive. Not saying that video games aren't productive, but it's like, I wouldn't mind if I was doing something during the day. I come home and, I commune by way of bus or access, but I have no problem with that, even with Metro. But even right now, Metro's all kind of screwed up in so many ways. We gotta wait until they get that fixed. Aside from that, it is what it is. That's the situation. So for the most part, that is going on. It is what it is. But like I said, I put my time and effort into doing these Let's Plays, regardless of what they are and how they end up. I'm playing through the game as much as I can until I hit a certain spot that I need to pretty much get over, so no one is left out. That's the last thing I want to do with my content. I don't want to leave people left out because, well, you didn't play this. Well, you supposed to da 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 da. Let me see. I have a PS4. Come on now. I can pull the shit off. I can stream it. If I can't record it, I can stream it. So that's what we're hoping when we get to the very end of the Yakuza games. Because yes, Lost Paradise is a Yakuza game. Because it plays like a Yakuza game. Only the thing is, death blows are always on because of Kenshiro. But like I said, I don't want to make people feel like they're left out of the loop. So I try to basically break it down as much as I can. Just so people can enjoy it along with me as I'm playing it. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. So anyway, thought I'd give you this update on what's been going on with me, as well as what I've recently bought in the last couple of days. And trust me when I say this, but I will most likely, in the next couple of days, I'll still be posting PS4 videos, as well as the daily Let's Plays that I'm working on. And as I stated before, within a week's time, I will go back to making more parts of Sidebuster, but right now I'm just basically creating more parts for other games. So that also means the games that are to come, I'm still working on them. As well as the games that you are seeing right now, yeah, still working on them as well. So with that, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed your weekend, and I hope to see you sometime in the not so far future. Hope you have been enjoying the videos, and I will see you next time for more great content. Until then, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, Ichigo Musco, as it says on the screen. And I shall see you next time with more great content. So, stay tuned. God bless, and as always, Tenkai Muso.